Turn right onto US 17 North.
She was in my seat, I had to scoot her. She was at her knees, I had to boot her. She just let the team like me.
Continue on US 17 North for 11 miles.
What's up, guys? This video we're gonna do a setup install overview of the Grom VLine tool. So this, as well as a nav tool, they're pretty well known, giving you the CarPlay Android Auto experience in older vehicles like mine. This is a 2012 Acura TL, but you know, you can get it for Lexuses, Cadillacs, etc. Check out the websites. This is not sponsored. I have yet to find a video on this on the Acuras, so yeah, here we go. A couple things to note: this is the more expensive VLine tool. The same company makes a cheaper one that will just give you only CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. The more expensive one, in addition to that, you also have an HDMI import, so you can hook up a game console to that. And it has a built-in Android OS, so you have Google Maps without having to connect a phone. To me, that's just nice if the phone ever just craps out on a road trip, so it's a nice little to-have. But yeah, it's a pretty simple install. I'm gonna be putting it there in the glove box, so I have access to the ports and all that stuff right down here below. A lot of the harnesses that comes with it, they kind of just piggyback off of all the connections behind the stereo. It's gonna help to have these super long magnetized screwdriver kits. Another option too, guys, is there's another kit, I forgot the name of it, but there's another YouTuber who talks about it. You can basically put any aftermarket radio you want into here. I'm just not a fan of it, just because I like the whole OEM look. It's not hard though. I did it in my Honda HR-V, so, but yeah, just to bear in mind, you have options. And it's funny enough, this is actually the last year, 2024, that they're making a nav update DVD for this car. But and also, even more funny, you can actually get live traffic and weather using the XM satellite radio for this particular car. But anyway, my wife has been like, so I might do that in a separate video, but my wife has been like nagging for me to get this thing like really bad. She loves her CarPlay, so you know what, whatever. Get a flathead screwdriver and pry out this left piece, right piece, and the vents from down here. Yeah, just use caution. Probably should use the plastic tool, but I'm lazy. I grab from the bottom and try and push it forward, and then there's that cable. It helps disconnect it. Put your thumb down on that little notch at the top here and pull out. So unscrew that over there, on the other side, as well as these top two, one there and one there. Again, magnetized screwdriver, because you don't want to lose those screws. And of course, actually you don't need too long of a screw. None of this is magnetized enough, so that's great. So I had to jam my fingers in to keep it from falling back. This one don't got a star. Luckily I had one of these old screwdrivers you can just kind of put in there, but you might have to break out the old wrench kit and come out. You can see you got to get on each side and remove these things. If you have a trim removal tool, great. Otherwise, get a flathead and try to pry that sucker out. Actually, could I? Nah. This is not the elegant solution you've been looking for. I'm pretty sure I took out the light. It doesn't really matter. I used the pliers to widen this hole a bit more. And I took a long screwdriver, so it's gonna poke out from in there. I'm gonna duct tape two of these connectors. I had to widen that hole so I can fit these through, this and the other one. And yeah, let's see. The other one, the third one, is for GPS, and I'm just gonna go from here on up. Success. But I probably should have widened it more, but. So the instructions that the guide provided is different from what my car looks like. So this device came from this port here. You kind of just have to look at what the things look like. So obviously this will go into that port, and what I just took out will go into here. It's kind of like piggyback, you can see. And then this other set of wires here, the green wires are for the piece down there. And then this white piece is for, I'm assuming, that one right there. And last step, you turn the car on, wait 5 seconds, and then shut it off, and you're all set. So everything is good to go. You can see the cables are up here. There's the GPS and the microphone. I'm gonna move this here because it's kind of hard to hear. I know people are gonna ask, oh, why not use the built-in one? Trust me, that's more pain than what it's worth. It's a mess right now, but what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna pull out this this pillar here so I can run the cables behind the airbag, and then I have it tucked away inside of this weather strip. As you can see, you just pry it open and stuff. And the other cables are my dash cam going to the rear right there. It's not perfect, but it don't matter. Okay, so everything is good to go. To actually use the system, you're gonna want to hit this HD aux button a couple times until you see CDR on the screen. Give it a second. Should say, sorry, CDC. You'll see all this text here, and give it a couple seconds and it will kick in the CarPlay. A couple things to note. I've had an issue, and I guess a lot of people have, is it doesn't, you turn the car on and you don't see any text here for some reason, or if you cycle this and you don't see CDC, you have to shut the car off, wait a couple, like 10 seconds, and turn the car on, do it a couple of times, and it should start working again like so. People have been saying that what you need to do is contact Grom support, and maybe they just need a new cable, but yeah, not fun, but you know, it is what it is. Couple things to note. So this is an audio source, and then this kicks in. If you want to use the rest, your OEM factory unit, you can put on any other input you want. I'm having an issue right now where my video color is weird. I just ordered another cable because CarPlay was looking weird too. So, because I did just kind of buy it on Facebook Marketplace, and it fixed the CarPlay, but now this is weird. So I'm gonna see if they can just replace it for free. I don't know. It kind of sucks, but you know, this is a very hack job as it is. Kind of can live with it. Something to note too, if you want to use a different audio source, like you want to use SiriusXM, if you're anyone like me that likes to use that, you hold down the map button and it's going to override the screen, so you can use the Grom audio interface, and you still have your XM or whatever else you want, your CD player. But then the only issue with this, you will not hear GPS turn by turn. So it's a little weird about that. I just giving you guys a heads up. Just hold that down to take it off, and you're back to whatever. But again, you want the audio source, hit that until you go to CD changer, and all these numbers show up, and boom. Give it a couple seconds and it will kick in. A couple things to note: if you want to go back to your Grom audio interface, hit this cancel button a couple times, and it should bring you back to this this display right here. This is the Grom interface. As you can see, by default, when you plug your phone in, it will go to CarPlay, or you can go into that settings screen. If it's an Android phone, Android Auto will kick in automatically. And I'm having an issue right now. Again, this only works, the CarPlay and Android Auto, on the top USB port. It just stopped working for me, so even on my wife's phone. So you know what, I'm pissed off, but the wireless CarPlay works pretty reliably, even though it's very finicky on my other car. It's pretty flawless here. It's a little annoying trying to switch between the phones. So you know, if I hit cancel here, you have to disconnect the one phone, click that to disconnect, and then you go to here to connect to my wife's phone. You know, it is what it is. Even if you have the cheaper VLite, you will get the wireless CarPlay though. So if your USB port like mine just stops working, you know, it is what it is. You could, so here is where the factory USB cable is. So if you want to use iPod here, you can just switch to the source and use iPod separately. You could use this port to work with that module, but honestly, I don't recommend that because your port could just stop working like mine. And be honestly, if yours still works, you really want to use the certified Apple cables, because these things just kind of work significantly better than anything else you could buy. I don't know what it is with the iPhone cable, like the resistance or something. You just have to use those, and trust me. Another thing too, okay, so I have the VLine, the more expensive one with built-in Google Maps. This is basically like an Android tablet again, so you just boop, you have your Google Maps there, and you're good to go. It's not perfect, kind of annoying, and it uses I think it uses the internet from your phone wirelessly, but you know, it's okay in an emergency. So I guess I can't really complain, to be honest. Oh yeah, you guys have probably noticed I'm doing everything here with the volume knob. It seems weird at first, but trust me when I say this is very common for car makers. My mom's Audi does this. You use a little knob like so to navigate the screen, the CarPlay, etc. I'm sure Android Auto. So, you know, just something to get used to. It's really not bad at all. A couple things to note. So you don't get all these controls, but I gotta tell you, there's a lot of cool shortcuts you can do. There's already some buttons mapped, like so this button right here acts as the voice control for Siri, or the built-in Android one, like so. Oh, can't do it right now, but etc. You know, hit the map button, it takes you to the Google Maps built in to the Grom. Hit the back button like so, that works, right? It takes you back here. If you want to do some more button mapping, you hit here into setting. Oh, let me go back here. You hit this 3-line thing right here. Oh, hold on. You go to key mapping, and what I actually did, I had this info button act as the home button for CarPlay, and this map button acts as a map button as well. So you can see it goes to the maps. And I'll just show you how that works with CarPlay. It's really cool. So for instance, I'm in this screen. This is your home screen. I can hit this button, boom, takes me straight to whatever map application I was using last. And this button takes me straight to the home screen. Do it again, boom. And you can also scroll to the, hold on, it's a little annoying. Scroll to the right and hit this Grom, and takes you straight back to the Android interface. Yeah. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but this is actually not that ideal. The screen's too tiny. There's a lot of input lag, a lot of tearing and stuff. Don't recommend it, but you know, for watching movies and Netflix is kind of cool. But yeah, using the HDMI import on the front, on the left. But yeah, if you want to enable this, what you want to do, go back to the main menu. Give me a second here. A little hard to MacGyver here. When you're on this screen, you want to scroll down to the second dots here. You want to add the launcher there. It's going to say AVN, but you got to go to this plus here. And you're going to scroll pretty much all the way down. Hit this arrow there until you see AVN. You select it, and then you'll be able to select it from the main menu. But yeah, and it just shows up there. Boop. And you'll scroll down to the bottom to HDMI, not AV input. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, so final thoughts. Do I recommend the product? I mean, yeah, I do. I'm not a fan just because I don't, like, I'm just going to nitpick it. Can't use my, you know, steering wheel controls on the, because this is OEM and this is aftermarket. So you've got to use the wheel to do everything. Which sometimes is great because the things will just pop up on the bottom like a notification and pop, and it'll just sort of let you auto select stuff. Again, you know, you're not using the built-in OEM mic, you're using this crappy mic that just sucks. I mean, listen, and I also just complain because, you know, I have this annoying flickering and stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just got a bad cable. But I still recommend the product. I mean, this is my dream car, you know, and just getting a little extra life out of the car, it's nice. It really does everything you need to do. So, and it's just nice having a nice modern GPS in here. And then, God forbid, you know, something happens with your phone, you're not stranded. You have Google Maps, you know, built in to the car.